Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? This is Clay, Clay's AC and Auto Repair. Subscribe, click the notification box. I'm going to tell you a personal story because I've had a lot of comments and stuff like that, and I want you guys to know that I'm actually a human being, not just a robot that fixes cars and stuff like that, which you probably already know. Hope you guys don't unsubscribe because I'm going to tell you this story. It's a true story. If you guys know me, I've been with my wife for 23 years now. We have a pretty good relationship. We get along pretty well for the most part. It's not always perfect, and it always hasn't been perfect, but it is what it is. So we were on a downslide, not really getting along with one another, and we've never had a fight to where I've had to call the police until this night, and it's not what you're thinking. We went to the bar. I'm not a real drinker or nothing like that, but my wife, she can lay down some alcohol. She's not a drinker really either, but she can put down the alcohol. And I'm kind of a lush, 3 or 4 beers, I'm done. Whatever, a couple hard drinks and stuff. So we went to this little bar and had a good time, great conversation. Really were having a good time. But my wife, she threw back quite a few, and she was pretty drunk. Not drunk enough to where she could not function, and I mean function on a sexual level. I know you're looking at my face. You're like, who would have sex with this guy? But anyways, and I think the same thing when I look in the mirror in the morning. But anyways, so we leave the bar. We close the bar down. It's 2 o'clock. We're not driving, so we end up walking to this hotel. Got a room at this hotel. And we're in there. It's we get to the hotel about 2:30. Get going. It's like, I don't know, 2:37 or so. She wants more. Well, anyways, so it's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and she's just non-stop. Wouldn't leave me alone, wouldn't leave me alone, wouldn't leave me alone. So I had to call the police at about 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning. I had enough. I'm like, I can't, I gotta go to sleep. And she's chasing me around this little room. And it's weird. I mean, and Pat, she's pretty hot, so it's all whatever thing. But it's pretty weird. And I'm like, Pat, you gotta leave me alone. And it almost become confrontational enough to where I didn't know what to do. She wouldn't let me sleep. Wouldn't let me sleep. So I pick up the phone and I call 911, and I'm like, and this is a true story. Maybe you can look it up. I don't know. I don't remember the date. But so I call the dispatcher, and the dispatcher says, "What's your emergency?" And I said, "My girlfriend won't stop wanting to have sex with me." And you could hear like the pause type snicker in her voice. What's your name? Is this a crank call? I said, no, seriously. I think it's going to become a physical altercation. And it was bad. She just wouldn't let it go, So, finally I talked to this dispatcher. She thought we're going to send the police over there, Mr. Rogers. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, send them over here. And so the police show up. And they're pretty certain. So they get dispatched on a domestic. Well, yeah, it's a domestic problem. We're not fighting, but she won't leave me alone. She won't let me go to sleep. It's terrible stuff. And the police pull me out of the room, and they say, okay, who hit who first? And I'm like, nobody hit anybody. I'm like, she just won't leave me alone. She just wants to have sex. I can't go anymore. Can't take it no more. This guy, the look on his face was priceless. He says, you're just gonna perform, sir. This is not went in and performed. 2 minutes later, I was done again. Have a great day. Subscribe.